Okay, fantastic. TLT, I'm just going to share over the link for the live stream. Would you mind just giving it to Maggie so that she can put it up on our social media?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you so much. All right. So friends, super excited to introduce our guest speaker for today. And some of you may have seen him, I don't know, in the news, on the news. He's kind of a low-key celebrity, like I was saying earlier today. And I feel especially grateful that I got to teach him when he was a high school student. So Jonathan Conyers was on my very first debate team at the Frederick Douglass Academy almost 15 years ago. He was a freshman and a sophomore when he was on my debate team. And a couple of months ago, he did something pretty extraordinary, which is he took to the internet and shared on a little platform called Humans of New York his story about like what's the debate team meant to him, and it went totally viral. So I'm going to share with you right now a short video that you may have seen like on the actual news, because it was on the news here in New York a couple of months ago, about Jonathan Conyers.
This is New at 5. A Brooklyn teacher was on the verge of going broke after spending thousands of dollars of his own money to help his students compete in Ivy League debate tournaments. That is until the popular Instagram page, Humans of New York, got wind of his story. News 4's Melissa Colorado now introduces us to the teacher and former student behind the success story.
If there was ever a mantra for a New York City public school teacher, it would be this.
There's no such thing as tough kids. It's kids who are going through something tough.
Years ago, when KM DeColandria, who goes by Deco, was just starting out as a high school teacher in Harlem, that kid was Jonathan Conyers. It was Deco who introduced Conyers to the world of speech and debate. A couple of Ivy League tournaments later, Conyers earned a full-ride college scholarship and a way out of poverty.
I want to be people's Deco. I want to continue to give back to my community.
But it turns out Deco needed some help of his own. Shortly before the pandemic, Deco started the nonprofit Brooklyn Debate League to help prepare underprivileged students for debate tournaments.
And I didn't think it was fair that folks that already had the financial means and probably were going to the fancier schools were getting this heads up in middle school.
On the surface, the Brooklyn Debate League was flourishing, but on paper, Deco had to take out $6,000 out of his own savings to keep the program going.
We were broke. I had poured money into this. We were under broke.
That's when Humans of New York got involved. Jonathan Caldwell opened up about his past and how it was his speech and debate coach who arguably changed his life for the better.
It was the biggest way I think I can really dedicate this to Deco.
The post resonated with tens of thousands. The GoFundMe page is getting closer and closer to raising $1 million.
The people of New York and around the world have stepped up and shown their love.
A former student thanking his favorite teacher for a priceless gift, his voice.
The sky's the limit. Like, let's go. Like, let's do all the things we wanted to do.
In Tribeca, Melissa Colorado, News 4 New York.
All right, folks, without further ado, I want to introduce you to Jonathan Conyers.
Yay! Nah.
Yes.
I can't see everybody. How y'all doing today? Good, everybody's good. Somebody wrote, is Deco rich? Deco is so rich right now, yes. Deco is so rich that he has shared all his wealth with all of you and making this amazing camp so that you guys can flourish and be wonderful people in society one day. So I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to talk to all of you.
Oops, you got mute for a second there, John.
Hey, you guys can hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, sorry. I said it's so amazing to be here with all of you today. Excuse my Stranger Things hoodie and my crazy hair. But I'm so happy to see this camp. I'm so happy to see all the amazing faces. And I'm hoping you guys are loving the camp so far. So today I just want to talk to you guys about debate and why it's so awesome and how it helped me a lot throughout my life. You know, debate was the best thing that ever happened to me. It taught me how to communicate. It taught me how to feel comfortable sharing my voice. It allowed me to go to a lot of amazing places with Deco and get to meet so many new people. And it really helped me in my career. So what I do is I work with babies in the hospital. Besides working with the awesome BDL, I work with babies in the hospital. And, to be able to communicate and make mommies and daddies and people feel good when they're going through a lot in their life is one of the things that I learned from speech and debate. Being able to just feel comfortable, feel confident, have a voice, stand up for the right things, and do good by people was something that also speech and debate taught me. So I'm forever grateful for it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the story. I hope you guys all hug your favorite teacher and tell your favorite teacher how much they mean to you, and how much they're important to you, because a lot of these adults, a lot of these people spend lots of hours doing whatever it takes to make sure that you guys are safe, that you're comfortable, and that you guys have a safe space to be the amazing people that you can be. So I can talk forever. And that's because that's Deco's fault. So if you guys have questions, I want this to be communicative. I want us to talk. I want you guys to ask me funny questions, crazy questions. No matter what you ask, now I'm lying. It depends. Most questions I'll answer. All right. So I'm going to leave the floor to you guys.
Looks like we have a question from Elizabeth.
Have you ever watched Stranger Things?
Hold on, you're muted, Jonathan.
Elizabeth, yes, I watch it. I spend too much time. I should have been spending more time working on lesson plans and speech and debate. But yes, I love Stranger Things. It's my favorite show. And I don't feel bad when I watch it because it's so awesome.
Arham, go ahead.
So is debate your job, or something like that? Like, or is
Yes.
your job?
So my job is, yes, debate is part of my job. Debate is all of our jobs because it's awesome. Every day in the real world, I debate. I get to talk to amazing people. I get to learn how to articulate myself. I get to do voice. So all of us are debaters all day. All of us are speechies. We're debaters. So yes, it is a part of my job every day.
Also, Jonathan, just to, brag a little bit, it's going to become more officially a part of your job in a couple weeks. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes. So I'm going to be working at some awesome schools, one called Unity Prep, where I'm going to be starting a debate team there for the BDL. And I'm also, well, fingers crossed, me and Joey's going to get that done. But most likely I'm going to be going on Governor's Island, right? And I'm going to be working with 6 awesome kids. And we're going to be preparing to go to the beautiful White House and to the Senate and up in Albany and work on changing laws and policies to make our environment better and work on the harbor and bringing more oysters to the harbor, because oysters clean our water and makes us safe. And those things are important. So I'm so excited. And I'm so excited that the BDL is going to be, we're not just teaching you guys speech and debate, but we're teaching you how to use your voice to make change, so we're learning these skills so that we can go to the beautiful guys and women in fancy suits and tell them that we got to take care of our earth. So yes, I'm so excited to be starting that with the BDL soon.
Thanks, John. Ishal, I see your hand up.
Hi. First off, you're an icon. Second, I just wanted to ask, are you still friends with any of the people you debated with in high school?
Yes. Amani Bruno is a close friend of mine. He's trying to call me right now, but I'm going to ignore him for you guys. Jazz Lee is also an awesome friend of mine. She just took her bar exam 2 days ago. I was with her sister yesterday. She just took her bar exam. Knowing Jazz Lee, I'm pretty sure she's passed. She's told me she's stressed about it, but she's super smart. I've talked to Kessel a couple of weeks ago. I talked to Weeks a couple of weeks ago. I can keep going. Yes, we are a family. That's speech and debate. When you write and yell at people a lot together, in a good way, in a debate way, in a Lincoln Douglas way, you build a community, you build a sense of family, and that's what it's about. So, and I plan on being family with all of you guys for a long time. So if you guys need me, if Deco has my information, if you're part of the BDL family, you're part of my family. So yes, I'm friends with pretty much all of them.
Thanks for that. Cass, am I saying your name right?
Yeah, you are. Thank you.
Yeah, go for it.
Very glad that you're here, Mr. Conyers. I have a question. What was your most challenging debate round? And
yeah, so my most challenging debate round, I think it definitely was the resolution we had at Harvard because it was very personal. I think sometimes in debate, the beauty about it, even though it can be tough, the beauty about it is that we're talking about real life events. And to do it at such a young age is so remarkable, right? Sometimes when people do activities, they're like, why am I doing this? Like, why does this matter? Why is this important? And the beautiful thing about speech and debate is that we're discussing topics that affects people's lives and that could change people's lives. And it's much better for the wonderful young faces to do it and the youth to care about the earth that is going to be presented to them more so than me or more so than Deco. It's our job to help you guys, but the world want to hear from you because we're leaving it to you. We're leaving this world to you. So, one of the most challenging one was about juveniles and the system and how it affects people, especially people of color. So that one was tough for me. And sometimes I let my emotions get the best, which we don't want to do. You want to just stick to your points. You want to trust in your coaches who are amazing. But yes, it could be tough because, we're talking about a lot of wonderful things like women's rights and how powerful women are, how we should respect them. We're talking about issues that affect all minority communities, Asian, Black, Hispanic. We're talking about the environment, which I don't care what color you are. We all want a healthy earth, right? We're talking about topics and trans rights, which are important. We're talking about so many amazing things. And, this is why you guys are going to be the future world leaders. And I can't wait to call all of you icons. I'm not an icon. To call all you icons and be in the back waving at you while you guys are on TV.
Thanks, John. Adrian.
Yeah, thanks. My question is, what format of debate did you do? Did you do PF?
No, I did Lincoln Douglas. I will be working and training people on PF, but I did Lincoln Douglas. So that was what I did, and I love it, and I'm biased, and it's the best form of debate ever.
That's debatable, Jonathan, but
I like that.
Nika, I see you. Go ahead.
Deco and the entire speech and debate family has this impeccable talent to make me cry happy tears in any possible situations. My question for you is if you could send a text message or a reminder to everyone right now, let it be everyone in this room or in the schools you're teaching or just anywhere in the world, what would that reminder be?
My reminder would be that everyone is special. And everyone has a gift they can leave the world. You just have to find what it is. And that will be my reminder. I spend a lot of time reminding tons of people how special they are. And I think some people think it's cliche. They think, oh, you're just saying that, you're just being nice. But we all are very unique and we all are very special. And I think the hard part is finding our passion and what we're special at. And it's one of the reasons why, you guys know I always talk about my Deco. I love him. But when I seen Deco teach, when I seen his passion, when I seen his love for what he do, when I seen him be sad on his last day at Stuyvesant, it was like, I always admired that and I always ask myself, what is my passion? What makes me wake up? What makes me go that extra mile? And we all have to find that. And the beautiful thing about it is no matter what your passion is, I promise you, again, I'm biased, but I promise you speech and debate will help you in that field. There's not one field that having a voice and being able to communicate and being able to say what's on your heart and on your mind, it won't benefit you in. So that would be my reminder. You guys are all special. And I really mean it. Like everybody, people that's not in the zone, we're all special. And we all have to figure out what is it that we want to leave on this earth.
Love that, Jonathan. Maggie, I see your hand up. Go for it.
You ever get nervous before a debate?
Every debate. I'm nervous right now. You can tell, right? I'm so nervous. I'm about to start sweating. Always nervous. I'm serious. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm always nervous. It's natural. But you learn how to fight your nerves, and the more you practice at anything, it's like a sport is an instrument. The more you practice and the more you get used to doing things, you get a little more comfortable. But nerves is always there, and most of the time you're nervous because you care, and that's the good step. If I ever go into a situation and I'm like, I'm not nervous, I shouldn't be there. If I go into speech and I don't get a little bubbly feeling in my stomach, then maybe I shouldn't be speaking to that group of people. It's just a reminder that you really care, you worked hard, and you want to do the best you can, and that's okay. And you're not going to always be perfect. I've done a lot of talks, and some talks I walked off stage like, oh my God, they should not pay me. And sometimes I walked off and said, hey, they should pay me more. You just got to practice, and you got to do the best you can, and nerves are normal. I promise you.
I feel that I still get nervous before I give speeches too, Jonathan. It never, ever goes away.
I think last month me and Dico did a speech, and I think we were both very nervous.
We were both really nervous.
We handled it very well. They had no idea. It's just
like you said, it's a matter of practice. And part of what you're learning to do is not just give better speeches. It's like getting used to giving speeches so that the nerves don't feel as scary. Yeah, good. All right, Unique, I see your hand. What's up?
Okay, first of all, I would just you were supposed to visit Sty like nearing the end of the year, and I just want to know if you're planning on coming back to Sty to visit us, because we were very excited and we are still very excited to see you. Yeah, that's my not so serious question, but
Unique. I will come back to Sty. I promise you. I'm so sorry. I had a COVID scare because of my job, and I could not risk any of you at the expense of me talking to you guys. So I apologize, but I'm going to eventually see you. And Unique, your face looks familiar for some reason. So I think it's inevitable. I don't know why. I know you from somewhere. I don't know if you was on Instagram or something, but you guys are going to meet me. You're going to see me. Don't worry, I promise. And we're going to have a good time.
The actual question is there a certain place or a go-to that really resonates for you throughout your time in speech and debate? So for example, for me, it would either be the speech and debate room at Sty, or it would be Lombardi's, because I'm trying to make Lombardi's the go-to restaurant for XSTEM. So for example, is there a specific place that's that feels like speech and debate home for you?
I would say it was Dico's homeroom at FDA. But I wouldn't say that makes me feel home, but a place that every time I hear the name or I walk past the building, I get a really a good feeling.
Heart hug, heart hug.
It was Regis. So it's like an actual school, because we debated there every Friday. That's why I built my confidence. That's why I learned a lot. Dico, he would take us to Regis a lot. So it's not as cool as a restaurant. I wish it was. We were on a budget, and Dico bought us a lot of $1 pizza.
Pizza.
You guys are gonna get better than that. Don't worry.
we eat pizza at Lombardi's too. So pizza is always the go-to.
Yeah, Regis was the place. Regis was the place that every time I hear Regis, or every time I see the building, it brings back a lot of memories, because Dico will tell you we spent a lot of time there, and I think that it made us debaters. Practicing with them, not really practice, but going against them every Friday. That's where we got a lot of our challenges at, and that's how we prepare for the bigger tournaments.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Great. Liz, I see your hand up.
Keep the questions coming. Come on.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm talking to you right now.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay. But was it hard for you to juggle debate when you were in school? How were you able to keep up your school life and your personal life and debate? Because sometimes speech and debate could take up a lot of time.
Yes. Yes, it wasn't. Well, when you're having fun, and this is credit to the teachers, this is credit to all the amazing people that's working with you in camp, this is credit to Dico. Speech was really a safe space for me. I didn't see it as work. And, and I think that's very important. That's something that I'm working on, because as adults, we're not all perfect. You know, I'm working on finding the balance, and Deco's always pushing me to take some time off. And one of the things about debate that was it was fun. We really enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun at the expense of Deco. He had to get us focused, but it was really a safe space for me. So even though I know all of you, you know, you want the trophy, you want to say, I'm first place, I'm a winner. No, first you're a winner by starting. You're a winner by taking the initiative. You're a winner by being bold enough to show the world that you have an amazing voice, right? You have to enjoy this, right? This is the best times of your life. Go out, have fun, let the judges hear what you got to say, do the best you can, and you're a winner at that moment. At the moment that you step and you compete, you have won, right? Now, I know everybody's going to be different. Everybody's going to be hard on themselves. And, you know, everybody has a different way of defining what winning is. But I'm telling you all that you're a winner. So, you know, I had fun. I enjoyed it. Is it going to be stressful some days? Is it going to be days where you're like, oh, this is a lot. I'm balancing my classes. You are, but just speak up. You know, that's what we do in speech and debate. We speak up, talk to your coaches, and that is our responsibility. We'll find the time to make a balance for you and help you out through the process. But number one rule is have fun. We have fun first because we're doing fun things and we're doing amazing work. I think that's Elizabeth. Elizabeth has her hand up.
How did you start doing debate?
So I was walking down this hallway. I had to do an after school activity. And I seen Deco and all of these upperclassmen who were like geniuses who was going to all the top schools. And I'm like, I want to go to a top school. So I walked in, and instead of going to lunch, I hated school lunch. So my lunch period, I would just sit in the corner, shy and quiet. Deco was always accepted, and they were talking about so many important topics. And one day the topic really resonated with me. After a couple of weeks, it was a topic that really resonated with me. And I felt bold enough to speak and use my voice. And after that conversation, Deco asked for me to stay back, and he asked me to join speech and debate. And my first thought was like, you know, I shook my head yes, but I was like, I'm going home to play the video game. I'm not coming back. But I came back, and now I'm here. So it worked out for me. It could work out for you. So that's how I joined speech and debate.
Worked out for us too, Jonathan. Emily, what's your question?
Hi, Mr. Conyers. So I just want to ask you a question about like burnout. So when I debated in middle school, like I debated for 2 years and I just got so severely burnt out because I honestly like did not like debating, like arguing with somebody like every single weekend. And it was really like mentally draining. So like, have you ever encountered burnout in like middle school or in like when you were debating in high school? And if you have, how did you deal with it?
Yeah, I think it happens to all of us when you're competitive, when you want to win. It's a lot of tournaments. It could be rigorous, but you know, I spoke up. I spoke up. I said what I needed to say. You know, we had a safe space, right? That's the beauty about most of the coaches here in the BDL. We're a safe space. We're open. We communicate. We say how we feel, and nobody's ever going to turn you away. So, you know, when we felt like we were burning out, Deco will take it easy. You know, Deco will try to find ways to entertain us. We would have fun. We would watch movies. And that's the beauty of it. So if you ever feeling burned out, if it's becoming overwhelming, you know, just say something, you know, say something to your coach. And it happens to all of us. But, you know, what helped me was being able to sit back and take a break and being open and knowing that no matter what I told my coach, which was Deco, that he was going to listen to me, he was going to respect my decision, and he was going to find a way to get me back into the space where I felt comfortable debating again. And that was a great question.
Yeah, it's a really great question, a really important topic. Thank you for that, Emily. Serena, I see your hand.
Hi. So I was gonna ask you what inspired or like pushed you to choose your category.
I'm sorry, Serena. It like went out. Can you ask that one more time for me?
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry about that. What inspired or pushed you to choose your category?
Oh, for Lincoln Dulles. So Deco, I'm sorry, we didn't have much options. I was Deco first team ever. So because we didn't have a lot of resources, we were all new to this. We all we knew was Lincoln Douglas. So that's why I did Lincoln Douglas. But I'm pretty sure that even if I had all the other options, I would have chosen Lincoln Douglas.
I think you just made the LDers on the call very happy. I saw some smiles there. Let's go over to Trinity. What's your question, Trinity?
Hi. So earlier you explained when you got into like speech and debate and when you joined the team. But do you remember that moment where you realized like, yeah, this is my passion. This is what I love to do?
Yeah, I think, you know, the first time you always enjoy really speech and debate is when you win. I remember, Tico, correct me if I was wrong. I think my first trophy, my grandma still has it. It was at Regis, right?
That sounds right.
It was at Regis. It was like probably like maybe the third or fourth month, I think I was debating, and we did a tournament there, and I did very good. And my brother, Joshua, came to watch me. And I was so happy. He was the first person that watched me, obviously, like besides Deco, like, and, you know, to win in front of my family, it really motivated me. It made me feel like I was good at something. And that's why I kept doing it. Now, as an adult, as an older individual, I realize now that it was always important what I was doing, regardless if I won or not. But in that moment, you know, once I started winning, once I started to realize the power of my voice, once I felt like I was being heard, you know, I really started to go into speech and debate. Get into speech and debate.
Yeah. I think a lot of our students might not have had a tournament yet, but y'all come this fall and you'll see what it feels like. It's a pretty fun adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
All right. I see Glory, your hand is up. Do you want to unmute yourself?
Did you ever get hate?
I'm sorry, Glory. Can you ask that one more time?
Did you ever get hate?
Hit during speech and debate? Huh?
Did you ever get hate?
Hate.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized it, Glory, but I think I wouldn't use the word hate. I don't want to say hate, but I think there are times in the debate world where things are unfair, just like in life, right? For all people, right? And there may be certain topics where, you know, you may feel strongly about, you may feel very passionate about, and it may not go your way, right? But instead of talking about hate, let's talk about how we respond to that. How we respond to that is continuing to be strong, continuing to go in there and speak your mind. And that's what I mean by winning, right, Glory? So when I say that you won by going into the room and talking, you won because you're showing them that you are strong, that your voice matters, and that no matter what the outcome is, that you did what made you feel good, right? Because remember, the people that are judging you, the people that are giving you the trophies are still just human, right? They're no better, they're no different than me, they're no different than Deco. These people are not perfect. Even adults make mistakes sometimes. Even though that's so unfortunate, it happens. So you just got to really trust yourself, continue to be strong. And again, it may not be easy, you know? And that's why you have people like me, you have people like Deco, you have people like TLT, you have Brendan, you have all of these amazing people who is going to be there to support you and is going to have your back. And if you're a BDL member, even if you're not a BDL member, I don't care what program you're a part of. If you're a student and you're debating, it could be the opposite team. I'm going to have everybody's back. And we win once we show that we are strong and that we are together. No matter our gender, no matter our color, no matter nothing, right? So we just have to stick together. And if we feel like something is happening that we don't agree on, go to someone you feel comfortable with and say, this is my issue, and the adults will handle it, okay?
Thanks, Glory. Jacqueline, I see your hand up.
Hi, I was wondering, because in my school, speech and debate isn't like a really big like club, and I was wondering how I could help like expand it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. So that's the purpose of the BDL. Jacqueline, you got to come work. When when you're older, come work for us. The purpose of the BDL is to expand it and show the world why it matters, right? And that was the story, right? You know, I know a lot of people are very consumed by me and Deco and who we are individually, but the story wasn't about us individually. It was about how the power of speech and debate can bring wonderful people together and can change lives. So the step is you continuing to be amazing, you going out there and giving your best effort, and they're gonna pay attention, right? When we started Deco, it was like 5 of us, right? It was a small team. It was the same situation, but we showed up every day, our group, we cared about what we was doing, and people started to notice. And that's the first step, right? And then the second step is that's for the big people. That's for us. We're gonna figure out ways to continue to bring it and show the world why all speech and debaters are the best people ever, and why it shouldn't be an after-school activity, why it has to be a part of the curriculum in New York and all over the world.
Thanks, Jacqueline. I don't know if I see any other hands up. Are there other students that have a question for Jonathan? You can either raise a Zoom hand or you can put it in the chat. Or coaches, also, if you have a question for Jonathan, that's okay too.
Come on, y'all. You got to ask me some questions. Come on.
Where are you from?
All right, so it's a long story, okay? I was born in Virginia by accident. Not getting into the details. So on my birth certificate, it says I'm from Virginia, but I'm from New York City. It's our secret, BDL secret. So if you see me in a speech or on TV, I'm gonna say I'm from New York City, but technically I'm from Virginia. Whoever asked if they allowed the second question, you're allowed the second, third, and fourth. If it makes you feel good, then I'm gonna answer it. So if you have another question, feel free to ask.
Sounds like Ishal wants to know, what is your favorite song right now?
My favorite song. That's
Slash, do you have time to listen to music? Because I don't think I've ever heard you listen to music in your life.
It's crazy. I am not a big music person, which is like, I don't even like to say that because it's like, I'm weird. Like, who doesn't love music? I am not a big music person, but my favorite song, I will not say because I don't think it's for your age group.
That's a good answer, Jonathan. You know, I don't know if we really covered this before, but you spent so much of this afternoon talking about your journey in debate, and that's awesome and the kids are connecting to that. But you want to tell them a little bit of what you're doing right now? Like, in addition to coaching debaters, like, you have some other really important projects and jobs that you are professionally working on that I think the kids might be really interested in hearing about.
Yes, guys. So yes, one of the other things I do is I work in medicine. So I was a frontline worker. So I don't know if you heard of these things, but there was something called COVID. Very bad. Stay away from it. And when COVID came around, it was my job to help people breathe better and feel better during that time. I mostly work with little babies. I love my babies. So I nurture babies who are born early or sometimes who are born sick. And it's my job to get them healthy to go back home to their parents. Also, I run group homes in the state of Virginia. So sometimes kids who don't have a place to stay or are going through a lot, I find time to put them in houses and try to give them the best living experience possible. You know, we teach them trades, we teach them things, and we give them resources so that they can be adequate members of society. And, you know, eventually as the BDL expand, we're going to also make those wonderful kids a part of the BDL. And then there's 100 more things I do, but those are probably the most important things that I like. Somebody asked me if I watch anime. Of course, like, come on. One Punch Man is my favorite. So I love One Punch Man. Dang, I missed the other one. I think there was like 2 more. Somebody said this.
Nico's asking, when do you feel the most alive?
When do I feel the most alive? See, that's where we talk about purpose. When I talk to people like you, when I get to talk to kids, when I get to motivate, when I get to be vulnerable. You know, a lot of people don't like to be vulnerable and say, you know, I'm going through something. But for me, that's when I feel the most alive because I feel like myself. I can let it out. You know, I don't have to let things build up. So I love, if I can do one thing ever, I will literally just travel the world talking to people. And I feel alive doing it. I love speaking to people. I love the smiles on people's face. I love helping people get through things that are tough, because sometimes life is tough, right? You know, and life is not fair all the time for all of us. So and nothing makes me feel better than going and telling people how awesome they are, and that if they stay strong, if they communicate, if they lean on amazing people, because sometimes we need help. Sometimes we have to go to people and say, you know, like I went to Deco plenty of times and said, Deco, I need help, you know, and I'm so thankful that he was in my corner and he helped me. And that's what life is about, us coming together and being good people and helping each other. So that's what makes me feel alive, like just talking to people and really making people feel good about themselves.
I think we have time for one more question, and I'm seeing it in the chat. What would you tell your younger self if you had the chance?
Oh my God. So I'm working on another project, a book, and I can announce it now. Yes, I'm writing a book. And I had a meeting from 7 a.m. to 12. It was very stressful. And part of the meeting was I wrote a letter to myself. So great question, because I literally spent all day having to answer that question. What I would tell myself is, and I'm going to keep it short, I would tell myself that, Jonathan, no matter what you're feeling right now, you are amazing, right? One day, you may not realize it right now. You may be hopeless. You may feel like the world is not fair. But one day, you're going to be able to touch hundreds of thousands of people. One day, you're going to have a beautiful wife and beautiful kids. And one day, you're going to be able to bless other people. And that's the true dream. The true dream is not what you can do for yourself, is what you can do for others. Because by helping others and other good people, you are indirectly helping tons of other people, right? Deco helped me, which allowed me to take care of hundreds of people in the hospital doing one of the worst diseases our world has ever seen. It allowed me to go to college and help tons of people that needs help in group homes and start these businesses. I was able to come back and try to help the BDL, and now Deco is using those resources to help hundreds of more people. And that's how it works. And then we're going to continue to give back and help each other. And that's what makes the world a better place. So that's what I would tell my younger self, to stay positive. Everything doesn't have to make sense. But as long as you're a good person, as long as you care and you keep fighting, that everything will work out. Your life, your amazing journey is already written for you. You just have to go through it. And it may not be easy, but you have to go through it. And as long as you go through it, there's always a second chance. There's always another opportunity.
Beautiful, beautiful answer. Folks, can we please give a big round of applause to our guest speaker today, Jonathan Conyers?
Woo! And if you haven't, do one thing, all the kids, if you're old enough and if your parents allow, watch Stranger Things. This is not an ad. Trust me, they don't pay me.
Jonathan, thank you so much for joining
Of
us. It was such a delight hearing all of your answers. So campers, thank you for your fantastic questions. We are going to close out our very first day of week 2 camp. And to do that, I first want to invite a member of our social media team to talk us through our daily challenge. Do we have a member of the team who can talk to us today?
That would be me. Okay. Hi, everyone. Just a quick introduction as to who I am. My name is Michelle. I go to Stuyvesant High School, and I'm on the BDL social media team. And throughout the week, we wanted to create some challenges for you guys to get really engaged with the BDL and just have fun. And a bonus to this is if you follow the BDL on Instagram and participate in at least one of these challenges, you will be entered into a book giveaway. So there's a book called That's Debatable, and the BDL is proud to be hosting a giveaway for it. And to enter, all you need to do is complete one of the challenges and be following us. So you can send it to us by texting it, emailing it,